What's going on, guys? It's Felipe here, and I feel like I haven't really been filming much, even though I've been doing a lot with the S14, so I figured I'd start filming. I actually got a bucket seat for it. I drove out to Houston yesterday and met up with my homie Esteban, and I was able to get the bucket seat with the rail for 200 bucks. So shouts out to Esteban. That's a dope ass deal. Of course, it's not a legit bride, but it's a really good replica, and it's of the bride that I actually wanted for this car, which is the Z01. So super simple seat. It looked a lot like the old Thrash seat that I had. It's very simple, so I like that a lot. But yeah, so I was able to get this, so I'm stoked. So I'm gonna go throw it in the car right now. I recently got a welded diff for it. I wanted to get an LSD, but I didn't want to spend that much money, so I was able to get a welded diff for super cheap. I was also having cooling issues. Well, I wasn't having cooling issues because it wasn't overheating, but I knew that there was a coolant leak somewhere in the motor, and we were able to locate that. Me and my homie actually checked it out. We pressure tested it and found out that the radiator was leaking, so we were able to replace that. And I need a battery tie down, so, and which is super simple. So I'm gonna run to O'Reilly's right now. I'm gonna get a battery tie down, and I'm gonna install this seat real quick. I think I might do that vice versa. I think I might just install the seat real quick and then go to the store. But I'm gonna kind of vlog and do this type of deal. And I'm gonna try to do that tomorrow too, because the drift event is tomorrow. And I also have to go home, and I have some spares from the RX-7, the FC. They're just regular stock GSX wheels, so I'm gonna wash them and just use them on this car, because those are 5x114.3, so same wheel size as the 5 lug S chassis. But yeah, as you can see, this car is super clean. If you've never seen it before, this car is really clean. It has a wood grain Nardi. Little brother put this on here with a sweet Tomei shift knob. Really cool. But seats, he actually has the confetti seats with the confetti door panels. Sweet looking seats. I actually feel kind of bad taking this seat out, but I'm gonna leave the passenger on, and I'm gonna keep this seat if I eventually want to throw it back on. But I wasn't too stoked about going fixed back because I like being able to recline, but I'm gonna try to drive this car pretty hard at the track. Not meaning I'm gonna break it or wreck it or anything, but just drive it hard and have fun. Not planning on running tandems anytime soon because I don't feel comfortable. It's been a long time since I've actually drifted. But yeah, let's just get going and I'll keep updating. So here's a better angle of what the interior looks like. I don't know if the dash is cracked or not, but it has this like dope mat over it that looks really clean. The AC blows cold, the sound system works, and it has a NRG quick release with this Nardi. The dash light actually just burnt out the other day, so I'm gonna replace that. Probably put some colored LEDs. But yeah, super clean. And he replaced the headliner and he put this suede on, Tim did, and it just looks really good. He did a really good job. But yeah, this is it right here. So I actually bought this Bride Lomax before I bought the other Bride. This is also a replica, and my homie Hector told me that his homie Chase was selling it, and shouts out to Chase because he did knock $50 off of this for me. But I just really am not a big fan of how it looks. It's just like really chunky. Just not a big fan. I kind of like, you know, slim seats, even though it's not as comfortable, but I'm also smaller, so it's gonna hold me better than this one because this one's a little on the wider side. But still a cool seat, so I'm probably just gonna list it up for what I got it for, which is 200 bucks. But not a bad seat. Except for the back, they're probably gonna have to paint it because there was a bunch of like Itasha stickers, a bunch of anime titties on it, and I don't know, I didn't really want that on my seat, so I took them off, and the paint came off. So, and this is the one I got from Esteban that I'm actually gonna use. So you can tell it looks a lot slimmer. It's actually smaller too, but it's more of a simple design. I think it looks more real, if anything, too, because the logo doesn't sit as high up. Like, it sits pretty centered. So, yeah, I like this a lot more. So, and it already has a seat rail on it, too. And the back is black, so it's perfect because that's how I wanted it. So, I throw that in here. It's only 4 bolts if you've ever done it. You know, you got a bolt there, And this is actually S13 seat rail, but they're all the same apparently, so didn't know that. But and throw this in. It's in pretty good condition. Might not even have to clean it. There's like a little bit of stains here. You can wipe that down later. I can actually probably just throw it in first. So I'm gonna do that right now. So these seats even have the covers. So if I can fit the cover on with the seat rail, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm gonna pop these out so I can take it out. Let's start popping this one out. Oh, there she is. But yeah, I'm gonna take these out. I need a step 2, crack one open. And then step 3, get your tools. I've done this so many times, but I always forget, but this is a 14. And this is in really good shape, so it's not gonna be stripped. So that's awesome. So 2 back bolts are out, and take these off, and that's it. So easy. And it's cool because, like I said, this is in such good condition. I don't think anyone ever took these seats out. So the bolts are even like greasy. So sick. This comes right off, dude. Perfect. So easy. It's never been this easy. It's usually all messed up and stripped because people take these off carelessly and they end up stripping it. A lot easier. Now I gotta hit this with the vacuum. I have to. What do we got here? French fries, pennies, just dirt. Oh yeah, and it had this connected to it on the seat. It's the first time I've ever had anything connected to a seat. Technology. I don't even know what it's for, honestly. Leave it in the comment section if you know what this is for in the seat. Because it moves manually, so not sure. Not perfect, but much better. So now I can throw the seat in here, maybe clean the seat a little bit, and yeah, pretty good. And it just bolted right up perfectly fine. It has a little bit of fade on it. It actually looks worse right now, I feel like, because of the lighting. But it's in pretty good shape though. It's actually not that dirty too. I'm just gonna clean it a little bit, but yeah, I'm stoked, man. And it popped right on there, super easy too. I usually have trouble with seats because these are always stripped, but I'm stoked. This is awesome. It has kind of like this red overspray on it, so maybe later on I'll take it out and paint it black, but I just wanted to throw it on there for now, so it's all good. Oh, and also Esteban didn't even know what kind of seat rail it was because he hadn't checked, and I forgot to check too, but I just checked and it's a Buddy Club, so it does sit me up a little bit higher, but I feel like I'm in a good position right now. Like, my arm has a little bit of, you know, I have a little bit of room there, you know, to straighten out. It's not like super back or like super forward. Like, that's pretty good. That's about where I like it. And yeah, I feel like and I have like a good amount of space from the ceiling to my head. So yeah, I think this is awesome. I'm super stoked on how this came out and how it fit, actually. Super hyped. This seat's probably just gonna stay in here, honestly. It feels good too. It's pretty comfy and it fits me really well. My hips are size 29 and this fits me perfect with a little bit of room, so pretty stoked. That's a good thing about being smaller too, or like you can get Japanese seats, even though this is a replica. It might be made in Japan, I don't know, but a lot of bucket seats fit smaller people better, so yeah, but I'm stoked. This is awesome. What's up, guys? So today's actually the next day. Yesterday I ended up finishing up cleaning the car, getting the spares and cleaning them up as well. It got dark, so I couldn't film. I ran to O'Reilly's and bought some battery tie downs, but for some reason my battery tray doesn't have the two holes on each side, so you can put the little rod through it. So I had to put one side, I was able to get the rod on there, but the other side I had to figure it out, and I was able to get it mounted really well with a zip tie. So hopefully that's fine. I'm pretty sure that should pass tech because it doesn't even budge, and it actually works probably better than the rod. But yeah, I'm with my homie Juan. He's in front of me. He has like a sleeper Nissan Sentra that he uses for autocross, and it has a SR in it with a T28. It's actually pretty rad. He let me drive it, and it actually pulls really well. But we're headed to the track right now. I'm all loaded up and ready to go. Super excited to drive this car and see how well it handles and how it drives. I know that people say that S14s are one of the best drift cars out there, so very excited to see that. I did do some street drifting the other day and got a little taste of it for the first time in an S14. But yeah, right now we're headed to the track, and yeah, I'm actually kind of hungover right now too, because we had some homies in town and we went out drinking last night, and I ended up having too many drinks. So, but yeah, I'm gonna film at the track. Hopefully I'm able to get good footage. I didn't bring my GoPro, which is so stupid because I just got a brand new GoPro, but hopefully I can bring it next time. I didn't have a helmet mount and I didn't end up getting one, but I also need a bigger SD memory card as well. So we just got to the track. We got S14 G35. Alright, so I just got done getting teched in. Pretty much unloaded the whole car. Out here with a few homies from out of town. Ivan actually lives in Texas. But yeah, pretty cool to see all the homies and do some driving. Excited to drive this car for the first time. The event's turnout's actually pretty impressive. There's a lot of people here, as you can see behind me. A lot of cool cars, a lot of people from out of town, a lot of cars that I haven't seen yet. I haven't driven for almost about a year and a half, so it's been a little while, but I'm excited to drive again, and I'm seeing a lot of old faces. So really cool, really stoked about everything. So it should be a good day. I want to take a ride along with Ivan later on in the 4-door. It's really cool because you can sit in the back and you can feel him bucking the shit out of the car. But yeah, so far it's been a good time. Say what's up to the camera. It clears. today's the next day. I wasn't able to film too much because I was so caught up driving. It was honestly a blast. By the end of the day, I was linking the track consecutively, and it was just, I had it figured out, and it was awesome. I feel like driving the S14 is almost like driving the 8.6 with, but except way easier to drift and more power. The 8.6, you have to, since it's underpowered, you have to clutch kick a lot and you have to use your momentum. And I felt like in the S14 with the dual cam, it was a lot like that too. I had to use my momentum to drift, and I had to clutch kick to keep the wheel spinning. But it was a absolute blast because it's way easier to drive because it's a S chassis, and since the wheelbase is wider, I feel like you have more room to correct. And a lot of people that I've talked to have said the same thing, that S14s are probably one of the best cars to drift, or one of the easiest cars to drift too. So I am super stoked. It was so much fun. I was able to get some clips. My friend was able to get some clips of me driving with his action cam, and he got some clips of me outside the car. We actually ran through the tires that I had. They were kind of dry rotted, so I ran through those, and then my spares, they were rubbing on my spacer because my spacer has like this circle area, and that's where the wheel goes in, and it fits with my Model 5s, but it didn't since the wheel's flat, so it sat uneven. So I decided I wanted to get some tires, also because they're 15s and I have 17s in the front, so it just wasn't gonna work. But I ended up and went to a Hispanic tire shop down the street and was able to get a deal on some used tires. So it was super sick. Hispanic tire shops always come in clutch. I always get used tires from them. But yeah, it was super dope. I was able to get those tires and use them for the rest of the day and drive home. I probably got maybe like 15 to 20 laps almost in them, like not exaggerating at all. And then I was drifting earlier too, so it was a really good day. There was barely a line. Group B was moving, which Group B, so in Club Loose, they have 3 groups. So they have Group A, Group B, Group C. And so you have like tandem group, you have a single run group, and then you have people that are just practicing figure eights at a different side of the track. So I'm in Group B. I'm not doing tandems, but I am doing single run on the actual paddock. So yeah, super dope. So stoked. I'm gonna go get my tires rotated because it's pulling to the left really bad because the tires worn out. So I'm gonna go see if I can rotate them. If not, I'm just gonna buy some cheap tires. I plan on getting some Kendas for the front, and running cheaper tires in the rear, just to bring a bunch of them and just run through them. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It kind of dragged on through a few days, but yeah, I'm super stoked. It was such a good day. There's going to be another Club Loose event in December, so if you live in Texas, go check it out. It's going to be a 2-day event, so I'm actually going to camp out there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you do see me, say what's up. But that's it, guys. Enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.